Hello students, welcome to the English Danny channel. I'm Don and I've got something for more advanced students today to increase your ability to express yourself in sentences. Are you ready? Okay, well welcome back to our subscribers, and if you're new here, why not become a subscriber yourself? Just hit the red button under this video to sign up. We've got new content coming all the time that can help you become better at English. Today, I'm going to talk about the second of the four main sentence types that we have in English. In a previous video, I talked about the simple sentence. Today, I'm going to introduce you to the compound sentence. The difference between a simple sentence and a compound sentence is that a compound sentence includes two or more complete thoughts. Sometimes people will describe a compound sentence this way. It has at least two independent clauses, okay? And that's basically the same idea, complete thought or independent clause. For now, just think of an independent clause or a complete thought as an expression which can stand on its own as a simple sentence. It has a subject, and it has a main verb, and it might have an object or complement or other words like adverbs. So for example, I like pizza. I am going to order a pizza. These are two complete thoughts. But with a compound sentence, we can put them together. That is, we can coordinate them. So you can have a sentence that says, I like pizza, so I'm going to order one. That is a compound sentence. Notice that it has the two complete thoughts. Because I said pizza in the first part, I like pizza, I didn't repeat that word in the second because it was understood. I just said, I'm going to order one. One, in this case, meaning a pizza. And notice that the two thoughts were coordinated using the word so. That word explains the connection between the two thoughts. What it says is because of the first idea, I like pizza, the second idea comes after, I will order a pizza. Let's look at another example. Here are two complete thoughts. Bob wants to read. Bob doesn't have time to read. Now, how could we coordinate these thoughts? Bob wants to read, but he doesn't have time to. Notice we put these two thoughts together using the word but. And we don't have to repeat the word read in the second part because it's understood from the first part. That's how coordinating ideas works in English. There are 7 major coordinators in English. That means a lot of compound sentences, not all, but a lot, use one of those 7 words. You can remember the coordinators with the word FANBOYS, F-A-N-B-O-Y-S. And the coordinators are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. So the first letters of those words spells FANBOYS. Each coordinator has a somewhat different meaning. The meanings can be hard to explain on their own, so let's look at some examples. Let's start with the word for. This coordinator is usually used to indicate some kind of reason or cause. In my opinion, coordinating sentences with for has a somewhat formal feeling in modern English. I rarely eat grapes, for I don't like them. That's an example of a compound sentence. The two ideas are, I rarely eat grapes, I don't like grapes. I combine them using for. The for clause provides a reason for the first clause. I rarely eat grapes for or because I don't like them. Okay. Now, our second example uses what is probably the most common coordinator in English, the word and. We use and to combine two similar thoughts. My friends came over to my house and we saw a movie together. Here, the two ideas are, my friends came over to my house. We saw a movie together. The similarity is a similarity of time. First, one thing happened, and then the next thing happened. This is a common use of the word and. Now let's look at two words which have a similar use, but and yet. You can use either of these words when you want to show a contrast. That means a difference between two thoughts. But is a little more common than yet. I am studying English, but I have a lot more to learn. I am studying English. I have a lot more English to learn. We combine using but because the idea is that even though I've studied, I have only learned a little bit so far. I don't know a lot of English, yet I can still speak it. Here, we used yet to indicate a contrast between the idea that my knowledge of English is small, but I'm still able to speak some English. Now let's look at two words which also have a similar use, or and nor. We use or to indicate that only one of two thoughts is correct or possible. And we use nor when we want to emphasize that neither of two thoughts is correct or possible. Let's look at some examples. Either I will go to the party later or I will go home. Here, the two ideas are I will go to the party, I will go home. And we combine using or to indicate that I will do one of those two options. The word either at the beginning also introduces the idea that we are introducing two options. Either or. That's a common use of or common word to pair with or in English. Do you want to go home or would you prefer to stay here? Here, the two ideas are both questions. Do you want to go home? Would you prefer to stay here? And we combine these questions using or because typically the person will prefer either of the two options we gave. Combining options using or is also pretty common in English. We will not stop working, nor will we give up. Here we are saying that both of the two ideas are unacceptable. We will not stop working, and we will not give up. But we combine them using nor because it's a negative. We won't do either. We will not do this, we will not do this. And combining two negatives is common using nor. Okay, so not this and not something else. There's one more coordinator to talk about, and that's the word so. We use so to indicate that a second thought follows from the first. You enjoyed dinner at that restaurant, so you might enjoy their breakfast. Here are the two ideas. You enjoyed dinner at the restaurant, you might enjoy breakfast at the restaurant. Because of the experience of the first idea, the second idea seems reasonable. And so we combine using so. Because this, so that. Compound sentences can also be made using punctuation only. That means not using one of the FANBOYS words. This is a little more advanced, and it usually appears more in writing than in speaking, but it is worth knowing about. When we coordinate two clauses using punctuation only, we use a semicolon, which is the mark that you can see below. Look at the example sentence. Bob likes swimming. Susan hates it. I could have said, Bob likes swimming, but Susan hates it. But I can also write it in this way and leave it to the reader to notice that it's a contrast. This is a little more subtle and sophisticated, but it is a way that sometimes we write in English, and it is acceptable, and it is a compound sentence. And that's it for compound sentences. Why don't you try making some of your own compound sentences and leave them in the comment section below. We'd be happy to check them out. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like and share this video if you found it helpful, because it helps our channel a lot. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.